Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Patch Note Show. I'm joined here by, what's your name?
Bonkar.
Where are you from?
Sweden.
You from Sweden?
Yes, NIP baby.
You know SMITE?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm like level 15 or something.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you ready for the Patch Note Show?
Yeah.
So first thing I want you to talk to me about is the change to What's a Majig. So the change to What's a Majig at the moment is decreased physical power from 20 to 10. Why are we doing that?
To decrease it.
Reason being?
It's too strong.
How's it too strong?
I mean, you kill everyone with it, you know. You can't do that. You need to be
You
balanced.
can't kill people?
You can, but not everyone.
Oh. So which ones
I
you
can, but the other
You
can't.
can?
Yeah.
And you'll be playing them Paladins this weekend, correct?
Yes, exactly.
And what team are you from again?
NIP.
NIP. And your name?
Bonkar.
Where can they follow you on Twitter?
At official Bonkar.
At official Bonker.
Yeah, you know the...
Was Bonker taken so you had to put official in front of it?
Yeah.
Or was like
No, they just need to know it's me.
Was
the
people
official
impersonating you?
Yeah,
Was that what's
exactly.
going on? Like, oh,
Everyone
I'm the
wanna be like
Bonker.
me.
No, I'm the Bonker.
Official Bonkar.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay then. Well, we're going to go to a quick video. Let's head over to it right now.
Sounds Gucci.
Smoke rose from the ruins of the Kingdom of the Sun. Ares had left it broken, Ra blinded and chained for all to see. Greek soldiers looted freely, but grew still with shame at the sight of Athena. Breaking the chains, she set Ra free. Entreating her soldiers, she called them to pray, worship Ra, restore his sight. Their belief healed the sun god, but he was beset by a vision of defeated Asgardians, a battle lost. Hel sat triumphant upon the throne, and the doom of Ragnarok fully unleashed. To the soldiers, Athena offered a choice. Follow her and defend Asgard, or remain here. Cheering, the soldiers beat their shields and shouted her name. They would follow her anywhere.
Welcome back to the official, proper Patch Note Show. Pompoddies are now joining me. The Paladins play came out of nowhere. He was sat at the desk eating food, like while we were getting ready. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go live and see how he does. He did okay.
Yeah, no, he reacted to that pretty well.
He actually responded to, you know, what the change was. There was a Majig for you guys at home, went from 20 to 10. And he gave a better explanation than you.
Wow.
I mean, it made more sense.
It was just too strong. We need to nerf it.
Yeah, it just killed
So
people.
that should be like every change we do now. It's like, oh yeah, it was too strong. Let's nerf it.
Well, we'll get through to those changes shortly. We'll start things off with the skins we've got coming this patch. And the first one on the docket is going to be Sir Ket. Sir Ket is going to get a new skin, Kunoichi.
Kunoichi.
I was almost right.
I know, mine's probably just as bad of a translation.
Oh, that's okay. I like that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Wait till we get
awesome.
in game. There's some pretty cool stuff.
Oh, I don't even know what that's called because I'm not very anime. I'm not anime enough to understand what that chain plus blade at the end is.
I'm all anime.
What is that
All the time.
blade plus chain combination in the background?
I have no idea.
So you're anime and you don't know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
I don't think you're truly anime.
I'm like 95% anime.
Well, the 5% is clearly in that chain and blade. Next up is going to be a new a Geb skin.
Yeah,
The
we're doing
dream. God, I love Geb skins. What's that?
That is a crazy kind of druid
stone Geb. Okay.
I always like this card art just because it shows like Geb as like this massive, like huge thing. Because everyone's just standing on it.
Exactly. Like Artio's there, like, yo, Geb's huge. And Kodanos is basically a baby in comparison to him as well.
Yeah, look how close he is to the camera, and he's still way smaller.
I will say some of the card art is crazy in this. Not only do we have Geb, we also have a Hachiman skin for you all, the Oni Musha.
This one
right?
is awesome.
Is that some sort of dino beast thing that he's riding?
No, it's just like a kind of crazy metal-plated warhorse.
I just see the prehensile tail, sort of like bone tail.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay. That's going to be available too, as well as two other skins. The Snow Day Scylla Child's Play skin.
This is like my favorite skin. Look at those dogs.
Look at those huskies. They're going to pull her along happily, and she looks very, very enchanted in that one. And next up is Ice Mage Agni, also in the Child's play as well. Agni's not in a decent skin as well. I say that, but Agni skins are all good.
I mean, the Gemini one from a long time ago was like my favorite from like the whole last year.
I think Swagni was just...
Swagni was also really
killed so many things in life.
Agni always gets good skins.
Yeah, he really does, and this should be another one. And of course, there'll be Circuit Mastery updates as well for you all to see. We'll get through to those later on as well. Card art looks fantastic for those, but it's time for that moment. This is going to be quite a quick patch, actually, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, so we are heading towards Worlds. Worlds is coming in.
Really? I didn't know.
No one notices. No one notices. But we are very focused on making changes towards the competitive meta. As we get closer and closer towards that actual tournament setting, we want to make sure the game's in a really good state. There's a lot of diverse strategies and picks, and so a lot of our changes going forward to that will be towards the competitive meta, making sure that situation is pretty well balanced between all the different strategies.
Sure. So with these changes going in now, obviously there are a couple of patches before the World Championship, so it's small changes that are leading to a certain direction. Is that the sort of
and we're also giving ourselves some time to adjust to these changes so that players have time to actually play with them before they actually get to the World's environment. Then we also have our few patches leading up there that we can make smaller adjustments if we need to. Okay
then, on to the patch itself. We'll start things off with item balance, as always. I'm going to start off with Warrior's Bane this time around. Warrior's Bane, we've decreased the physical penetration from 22% to 15%. And Titan's Bane as well. It's advanced version is going to have a cost increase from 2,150 gold to 2,300 plus the percentage of penetration is going to go down on this as well from 33% to 30%. Big changes to the pen item.
Yes, so we have very targeted changes that are towards really the 3 Guardian / 3 Warrior, like the tanky front line and the double Hunter. And so every change you're going to see this patch, except for the final one that we'll go over, is targeted towards addressing that, which is generally single item pen is really, really strong. It makes Hunters and it makes Warriors, especially with their high base damage, able to do a ton of damage with one single item. The second thing that we're adjusting is magical protection on a few key items, so that mages have more of an opportunity to actually be the damage dealer for their team. And then we're also diversifying mage starts to make sure that they have starts that are comparable.
You're just going to go through the whole patch.
We're going through the whole thing just because I want to preface it as that's what we're mainly trying to address. Those are the problem areas that we saw, and so we're making target adjustments. So the Titan's Bane adjustment is largely the single item pen item that people could pick up and could destroy squishies even, because like if squishy has like 60 protection, it's still a 20 pen item. People could buy this very effectively, and they could get any damage they needed, and then just stack tank on top of it.
Kind of like what some assassins do over and over again. We're just going Titan's Bane and then full tank.
Yep, and so that's very targeted towards that kind of play style.
Okay.
And then we can go on to the magical protection stuff.
Well, we're going to magical protection right now. Spellbound Kasari is next up. We're going to decrease the magical protection from 50 to 40. And same can be said for the Shogun's Kasari. That's going to have reduced protections, magical protections from 50 to 40 as well. And then Voidstone, decreased magical protection. This is a mage patch. I wonder what's going on with Chaos, MLC Stealth, Ryan, Clumsy, all in the office.
Look, I'm an assassin player, and I was still on board with these.
Yeah, me too. Well, at least some of them. We'll see. Decreased magical protection 70 to 60 on Voidstone. And then Tiny Trinket is the next one on the list.
Oh, we can go through the magical protection first.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was going to keep going because you kind of went over.
Yeah, I just kind of took control of the show.
Well, I've got Tiny Trinket on this. I'm going to say increased magical protection power from 15 to 20. There you go.
So for the magical protection items, we largely hit the magical protection items that were very hybrid in their nature.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these tanky characters were splashing just one magical protection item in their build, and that largely enabled them to ignore mage damage pretty heavily, as well as get a huge bonus to their team or themselves. So the Shogun's Kasari, which gives attack speed to, especially the double hunter strategy, was very potent. It allowed you to be tanky against any mage opposition that you wanted, as well as giving your team just a huge buff. So we toned down the protection part of it, so now you're really picking up, you're deciding, do I want to really focus on protections, or do I want to focus on helping my team?
Okay.
Voidstone's a similar situation. It has health, protections, and this pen aura. And so if you're picking it up, you shouldn't be as tanky as other magical protection items are giving you. So reducing the magical protections, allowing you to have that pen opportunity, so that if you want to get magic damage on your Guardian, or if you want to help your mage deal a bit more damage, you still can. It's just not as defensive.
Gotcha. So there's really small changes to the magical protection tree in terms of, viability in those scary areas. The Tiny Trinket I just mentioned, do you want to talk me through these?
Yeah, and so the changes for mages is largely towards their starts.
Right.
A lot of them have going the stacking start, especially Book of Thoth.
Yep.
And even though it's a strong start, it's not nearly as strong as the other class starts. They were often getting bullied out of early game situations. Other characters could come in and deal with them pretty handedly. And so even though that was their one start, it wasn't as strong as the other ones. So we buffed that start, as well as we are opening up the pool for other starts for mages. So we're making the starter item combos that you can pair it with, like Sands of Time, and then if you want to go into the Bancross tree, that item is going to be more powerful. If you want to go into the Lost Relic tree, which is the Rod Tahuti Cronus Pendant Doom Orb tree, that's going to be more viable for you as well. So we're making that start more comparable. So the the Soul Trap start more comparable to other Mage starts, as well as opening up other Mage opportunities to like actually answer the situations that they're given.
Gotcha. So buff the tough tree a little bit, but at the same time try and buff the other options to make them a little bit more variable potentially. Okay, so that's Tiny Trinket. Next one is Lost Artifact. We've decreased the cost from 600 gold to 550, and increased cost of Restored Artifact and Doom Mob by 50 to preserve the original price, just to clear that up.
Yep.
So start, it's easier, but it's still going to be the same.
Yeah, everything after that you build off of that item is still going to be the same cost you're used to.
And on top of that, it's also going to increase magical power from 15 to 20 on the Lost Artifact as well. Very much in line with what the Tiny Trinket's going to be doing.
Yep.
And the Soul Trap, which Papa mentioned, decreased cost from 1,400 gold to 1,350, so a 50 gold reduction there. However, the full cost of Soul Reaver and Book of Tough will still stay the same.
Yep.
They will actually just increase by 50 to preserve their original prices.
Yep, so a lot of this is giving either a little bit more power so that you can actually start poking your enemies a bit more aggressively, clear a bit more aggressively, or making it so that you have an extra potion to help you stay in the early game.
Gotcha. Doom Mob as well, we're going to actually look at Doom Mob individually, which he mentioned. Doom Mob increased magical power from 40 to 60, increased MP5 from 7 to 10, and reduce the amount of stacks from 50 to 40. Is that to compensate for the power buff?
Yes, so if you get it to fully stacked, it's actually going to be the same exact power that you used to in live right now. But for an item that costs, you had to go invest into it, and then you have to start getting it stacked up, compared to something like the Book of Thoth Rush, where that gets just 100 power immediately.
Yeah.
Getting 40 power off the bat and then having to stack it with this risk made it really kind of undesirable, even if it did go a bit higher than Book of Thoth could. So we're making it so that it's a bit more strong when you initially purchase it, so you're not so put far behind by actually getting it. And then when you actually lose stacks, it's going to be a bit less punishing as well, because you're only losing half of 40 versus half of 50. It's still going to be a risky item, obviously. Like if you get focused and die, you're still going to lose, what, 20 stacks of, I think, 2 power, so you're going to still lose 40 power on it. So it's still going to be pretty bad if you die and actually lose it, and then if you die again, you're really far behind.
But it's also
but it's going to be more consistent.
Yeah, it's a bit better as well because you have to farm less minions as well, I guess, to be able to get these stacks online. So that's Doom Mob. And the final item this patch is going to be Soul Eater. We've reduced the cost from 2,400 to 2,300. We've increased the power from 30 to 40 and reduced the evolved bonus power from plus 20 to plus 10.
The evolved form, if you could get it online and get it going, it really helped you sustain in fights, and it gave you a good amount of power, some CDR, some mana. But it was just a bit too slow to come online. When you bought it at only 30 power and you had to get 100 stacks to really get the full benefit, it made you feel a bit weak, especially in that middle area, like more than it probably should as a stacking item, as well as the cost at 2,400 made it kind of hard to fit into builds. So we're just doing minor adjustments, reducing the overall cost, increasing the amount of raw power you get when you actually start the item, and then taking that away from the actual stack power so that it still ends at the same. Should make it a lot easier for assassins to put this in their builds.
So in layman's terms of like looking at this patch, it's kind of like tone down some of the tankiness effectiveness, give mages a little bit more options so they actually maybe get utilized a little bit more in the early game as well.
Yeah, that's a big focus. Is we saw a large drop in Mage, just overall performance, as well as just in like competitive games, they're often being ignored.
Yeah.
And that we largely thought that was due to their starts being a bit weaker, as well as their end games being a bit weaker. And so we wanted to give them more opportunities to get started in the early game. Then we also wanted to target a few items that were potentially preventing them from being successful, as well as a few items that were also just doing really, really well in terms of enabling this triple kind of Guardian, triple Warrior strategy with Double Hunter.
Wow.
We still want it to be a viable strategy if you want to run it.
Sure.
Just not so potentially dominant.
Okay, well, that's it for items this patch. On to God Balance, and this is not in alphabetical order, from what I can tell, because Fenrir is the first one on the list.
Yeah, and then we have an Artio one later.
Fenrir.
Look, man, he's important.
These changes, man.
They're a lot.
Yeah,
they're cool. I'm hyped as a Fenrir player.
We all Fenrir mains now. Ready for this? Here we go. This passive, unbanned runes, first of all. This passive no longer affects Seething Howl.
Yep. So Seething
Howl,
to
why.
Yeah, Seething Howl will no longer consume runes.
Oh, we'll get to why in a second. Yeah.
See, he's scared of this. I for one am happy about Fenrir. He's finally released.
It's okay. Fenrir, so Brutalize. Fenrir now gains bonus physical and magical protections of 5+1 per level while channeling this ability. So at max rank, that's going to be what?
Well, not at max rank, at max level.
Sorry, max level.
25.
So it's 25
so it doesn't matter the rank that you have it. It's going to be 5+1 per level. And this is just to give Fenrir a bit of tankiness so that when he brutalizes into a fight, he has more of an opportunity to actually continue that and risk his health pool a bit more. Right now, it's pretty easy to, one, interrupt, so you can actually take away those protections from him. But two, if he chooses to stay on, it often is a death sentence in a lot of situations.
Next up is Seething Howl. Obviously, it's no longer consumed by unbound runes, but it is no longer consumed runes from unbound runes at all. Instead, when you actually use this ability, it's going to increase your physical power buff from 10 to 70 as you scale it up. It used to be that. It's now going to be 20 to 80. And not only that, we've increased the physical power buff from 30 to 35%. So you don't need runes.
You do not need runes.
Get the extra benefits from this. It's been buffed at a base level to, I guess, compensate for not having the runes up.
Yeah, so the big thing here is Seething Howl was this ability that could potentially really enable Fenrir, but you'd often get in situations where, why would I ever spend it on this? I need my stun. I could need my stun at any given moment.
Yep.
And so actually activating it, consuming the runes, could put you in a really bad spot. And it also made it so that you couldn't really synergize it with the kit, right? You often used all your abilities,
to engage.
and then you use Seething Howl just because it was left over. You might want to lifesteal some. So now you can actually use it when you need to in your build. If you feel like you can engage with it and get the extra power benefit, you can use it. If you want to use it for sustain later on, you can use it. It's independent of the other 3 effects that are all more powerful in their own right.
So the base level for you guys out there, if you've got 5 stacks and you're going to go into a fight, you pop Seething Howl first, you get a 80 power buff at max level, then you jump on them and get the stun, and then you get more damage from auto attacks, including more lifesteal.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool. Not only that, there's a little bit more for Fenrir here as well. Ragnarok. We've adjusted the damage to be consistent increase per rank. To be a consistent increase.
Yeah, there was a single rank that was not giving. I think it was either giving 5 extra or taking away 5 extra.
Well, it's increased range of the attack as well from 12 to 15, so a little bit easier to connect with this. And we've also added a cone targeted to this attack to more clearly show the range.
Yeah, so the one thing that we saw a lot of Fenrir players do is they walk up and they start chomping wildly at the characters.
The fun.
Well, yeah, sure, but like what happened was Fenrir's mouth would literally go over the models and into the models. And so Fenrir is literally taking a bite out of this 3D character and you didn't actually pick them up. So the range was just too short to really actually indicate like how far his animation was going. So now if the animation looks like it connects, it will connect. And the cone target is there just to make sure that you have a very clear area of where you're going to bite, especially as you get towards the sides of the cone.
Sure.
Having that area defined is pretty useful. It helps you actually pick out the target you really want. So both a quality of life to make sure that he can actually hit this ability on who he wants it to, but also that it actually makes sense with his animation.
You seem like you've got a real smiles on your face about these Fenrir changes, by the way.
I like Fenrir. I always feel good
I'm happy to see him back. I'm not going to say that,
and I'm excited for these changes. I'm excited so I can actually use Seething Howl aggressively. Just using it defensively, like I get a kill and then I pop Seething Howl, I heal the full.
Yep.
Like that was like the use of it, and I just being able to actually use it in different situations is fun.
Okay, well, look, mix things up for the Fenrir players out there, or the lack of, and now the majority of. Going into this next patch, Artio is next on the list. The lady has been dominant still.
She's been dominant at a competitive level, but since the nerfs that we've done to her since her relaunch, overall at most other skill levels, she's actually evened out pretty effectively.
Sure.
And so these changes are really targeted towards kind of the top end where she's being used mainly in the ability to get farm on Artio and then be this really effective brawler. We're reducing that a little bit.
So as you can see on the screen there, the energy surge, first of all, decreased energy surge heal from 60 to 140. It's going to be 40 to 120 per enemy god hit. Not only that, we've also decreased the magical power scaling on energy surge heal from 25% to 20%. And life tap, the heavy charge as well, decreased magical power scaling on life tap heal from 10% to 5% per tick. So scaling has been hit here as well.
Yeah, the base was hit a little bit because even in her support area where she'd be like the support for the team, it was still a bit too high healing. But especially when she started getting more kind of bruisery items that had a bit of magical power on it, she was sustaining too much in a fight and it made it kind of frustrating to deal with. So we mainly focused on targeting the scaling heal that she had.
Okay, that's it for Artio. We'll move on now to Kukulkan. Is also on this list here. I don't even know what this one is. I've not seen this one yet. Berserk, first of all. Reduced bonus shield from 20 plus 24 per level to 10 plus 20 per level. And Vent Anger, decreased self-movement speed buff from 10% to 5%.
So mainly his level 2 aggression was kind of insane. You get this crazy shield, you get the movement speed to chase it, and then you also had access to your abilities. And it made it very difficult to counterplay overall as a whole. So we're reducing the amount of shielding he gets. We're reducing his ability to chase while he's in that form by reducing the basically 10% movement speed buff that he has, because Vent Anger is always active when you're berserked, allowing players to have more counterplay, especially as players have learned him and gotten a lot better with him. He's just kind of climbed in stats and performance as people have figured out how to actually manage the rage, actually when you want to engage, when you want to like try and like bait your opponent into like mini wave coming, get your rage out, and then start fighting them. He's been doing a lot more successfully lately, and this is just targeted towards reducing frustration when it comes to fighting him. Okay, that's it for Kukulkan. Last god on the docket for this week is going to be Ymir, and it's a change to Shards of Ice. like this one.
The Frostbite passive is now immediately applied to enemies in the area and refreshed by the detonate. So that's actually a damage reduction Frostbite as well as the increased damage that you can take. Correct?
Yep. So
from Ymir.
So now the big thing is when you actually enter it, you have it on you. So if you're in it and you're fighting him, then you're going to be dealing reduced damage to him. So he can actually sit in there. If you're stuck there and you decide to turn and burn him, it's going to be harder to do that because he's actually applying that to you.
And your teammates as well.
And if your teammates, because he doesn't get frostbite, he applies it to someone, so they do reduce damage. So if the teammates are around it and not actually in it, they don't get
No, I meant like if the enemy's in it, they're doing reduced damage to your team.
Yes, and to your team, yes.
That's
so
what I wanted to clear up because
it affects multiple. It affects any damage you deal when you have it on.
So actually, is a support buff for Ymir.
Yeah. So if you're actually sitting in the middle of a team fight and you're channeling it, and they decide like, oh, you're Ymir, you're channeling, I'm just going to turn and burn you.
Yep.
They are going to be a bit slower doing it. You have more time to detonate. You have more time to get charge. Maybe you can turn that fight around, and then also as well, if you leave the area at any given time, you actually also get it applied to you. So it's not just on detonate. If you enter and leave, that also counts as you getting the 4-second frostbite because he did slow you. He did hit you with the slow effect.
Okay, so that's a nice little buff for Ymir there. And that's it for all the balance. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, we got through it.
Was it painless, though? You guys at home will be the one deciding that, more than likely.
The amount of people that are going to get jumped on my Fenrir is probably pretty high.
Yeah, quite a few. You are a Fenrir.
That's good for him. He's been struggling.
He has for quite a while. We'll see how well it goes. And with that, Pon, I'm going to send you into the back room now to go and get the skins ready. As I turn my attention to a wonderful man that's standing all alone. It's one of the community members, MLC Stealth.
Me? You think I'm wonderful?
Did I say that? I didn't mean to.
You
I'm
did.
sorry.
It's on record.
Damn.
It's on the video.
It's not. It's not supposed to. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing super good. How are you doing?
I'm not bad. Why have they left you alone? Where's everybody else?
I don't know. I thought there were supposed to be other people here. There's not. It's just me. I'm not sure what's going on here. They just stuck me here.
It's because Reddit's been saying you're the best employee we've ever had, so now we've just fired everybody else. That's what it seems to be.
Yep, just me here.
Just you. Good job. Well, talk to me first of all about the Adventures Community Day.
So Adventures Community Day was yesterday. We had a ton of fun doing it. We encouraged people to stream Shadows over Hercopolis. We were hanging out in people's streams, giving away skin codes, giving away Trickster bundles. We're also holding an art contest for Shadows over Hercopolis. Submit any art or those VODs from yesterday to a submission form. You can go to twitter.com/SmiteGame, look at our pinned tweet, and that's where you're going to find the form.
Okay, and what'd you win?
You win gems, skin codes, just fun things like
that. A date with you?
We haven't put that into the schedule yet. But
can we?
If there's enough traction behind this movement, I think I can manage to do it.
Oh, there's going to be traction now that you said that. You should not have said that. You'll learn. You'll learn. Not only that, we've also got a new difficulty mode coming out here for the adventure.
Yes, that's correct. With patch 422, we are releasing Nightmare mode for Shadows over Hercopolis.
Oh.
This is the biggest challenge yet. You're not going to defeat this mode.
You're not?
You are not.
Is it because it's a nightmare?
No, you're not. Other people will.
I'm
it's just
not?
you who's not going to defeat this mode.
Yeah, I don't get a chance to play. That's why, Brett. I'm sorry. I'd love to. But I don't. So what do you get for completing it?
So for completing it, the 12th and final quest is defeat Loki on Nightmare. You get a animated avatar for doing that. It's going to be really fun.
Okay, so an animated avatar. Oh,
and we're also holding a contest to see who is the world's first Nightmare mode completer.
Oh, really? And is there a contest winner?
There will be contest winners. More gems are going to be given out to those people.
Is it more dates with you as well?
More dates with me if there's a big enough movement behind it.
Okay.
And last but not least...
Go on. What have you got?
It's Party Up Weekend.
It is?
It is. It's this weekend.
We are
holding double XP. I'm not going to party with you.
Why?
I have a very, very strict party schedule that I play with people who usually are good at Smite. You don't really meet those requirements.
Okay, retired ex-pro player.
So we're holding
keep talking. Yeah.
Double XP, double everything, double Worshipper's experience favor for playing in a party of 2 or more with your friends.
Awesome. So that's all going on this weekend as well. Brett,
it's going on this weekend.
Thank you. Where can they find you, by the way?
You can find me at twitter.com/MLC__stealth with a 3.
What?
ST3ALTH.
Why is there 2 underscores?
The first underscore was taken by somebody else, so I had to go double underscore.
Oh, rip the dream. That was probably me. Thank you, Brett. As always, take it easy. You'll probably see him around the community, as always, giving gems and dates to whoever wishes to have them. Back to the desk.
But not playing Smite with you, though.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair.
Man, shots
it was
fired
me.
already.
No, what you should do, Hindu,
is
you should win the date and then make him play Smite with you.
That's true.
That could be pretty good. I could rig
it's
that.
An easy way
At the
for
same
hot
time,
carry.
I was just trying to be nice to him to make him relive his glory days of when people used to know he existed. You know, like that happens sometimes. I'm sorry, bro. Isaiah, you've upgraded though.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome.
Your boy is on the desk again.
Yeah.
What's up?
That's what happens. You know,
I know,
you
right?
leave Brett behind.
Yeah. He did a good job.
You make the quick joke about it every time. What's the line that you guys use? Good one, Brett.
Yeah, good one, Brett.
Yeah. Do that and you get yourself from the desk.
That's right.
It works out well. And as always...
And AJ's at a wedding, so...
Yeah. AJ's at a wedding.
No, I'm Hi-Rez AJ. Can't you tell from my...
Actually, that's a good point.
Right?
He basically is in the same position as AJ is normally in, and he's in the same outfit.
Did you
actually just...
you're AJ today? Yeah, okay.
Did you just steal his jacket? Is that what happened?
Damn, I had a wig, dude, that you could have used.
So, we're here for all the skins, I believe, and I'm just waiting for the production to be ready with those skins, just as a heads up.
We actually want to give a shout out real quick to Wuzzyboo, whose stream I dropped in on during Community Day.
Wuzzyboo?
Wuzzyboo.
That sounds like the item I made up earlier.
He's a 20-year-old streamer in Norway who was on with Audie and M, and we got to watch him and his crew beat the ice wall for the first time in SMITE Adventures.
That is
exciting
awesome.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Community Day was just a ton of fun. It was so awesome.
Gave out some skins, gave out some bundles.
Hang out in some streams, maybe not the higher level streams, but, hang out with some people with some lower viewership.
Streams just starting out
exactly.
on their path to glory.
That's right.
This is their first step.
One quick question for you as well. The background that everything here shows snow and, snowy, wintry skins, right? This isn't the only, Christmassy patch we've got.
No, there's more.
Okay,
there's
I just wanted to clarify that because it seemed very early.
This is a winter-themed
presents.
skin as we
Right.
move into the winter time.
Exactly.
Do
It's
we-
getting cold outside.
Do we
so,
forget about Thanksgiving or something? Is that what happened?
Who wants a Thanksgiving skin? I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even
No, we're
do the holiday.
thankful
I'm not even
we're
from
gonna
here.
make,
so-
So these winter
Turkey
themed
Dodgy
skins
or
for
like
November is what we're doing. for
Pilgrim Loki? I don't know.
Pilgrim Loki. That sounds like a possibility.
No.
The artists are out there already
I
drawing
know,
up
right?
a
It's like
Pilgrim
fan
Loki
art.
straight away for a Pilgrim Loki skin. So the skins we've got to go through today is going to be the Geb, the Hachiman, the Scylla, the Agni, Circuit, and the Circuit Mastery skins. Before we actually get to those, any favourites from you guys specifically for this one?
I mean, this Hachiman skin is
Pretty
dope
dope.
AF.
Yeah.
The Scylla one looks really good too, though, from what I could tell.
Yeah, but I like evil skins.
It feels like the people like F. and Larson were involved in the creating of this Scylla skin because it's dog related.
So many good dogs. So many
I
good
mean,
dogs.
Scylla herself is dog.
Bottom voice dance, let's go.
Exquisite. Attack left lane, attack right lane.
hear all the
Is this how you treat an elder? How dare
his
you
laugh.
show disrespect?
And where's the woohoos?
There's your woohoos.
How did you
There we
forget
go.
the woohoos,
Right?
Ron?
You actually
That's
would
like
have to have
bread
the
At the
and
very
butter.
beginning, if you check the footage, that was
The
the first
crow
thing
scarce on you. The crow scarce on you.
And that's the voice pack for that. I'm just waiting for the card out for the next one because I believe we'll be moving on to Hachiman the one next, the one that you guys really wanted to see. Let's have a look at the Hachiman icon. Sorry, the card art, I should say, first of all. And yeah, felt like a prehistoric dinosaur sort of looking demonic thing that he's riding. According to
It's
from
a
my point
demon
of view.
horse.
Okay.
It has a metal.
I've just never seen a horse's tail
What do
like
you
that.
call a horse helmet?
I actually do not know.
It's a good question.
I don't know what that's called.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Horse. What's a horse helmet called?
Riding. According to
It's
from
a
my
demon
point of view.
horse.
Okay.
It has a metal.
I've just never seen a horse's tail
What
like
do you
that.
call
was
a
the reason.
horse helmet?
I actually do not know.
It's a good question.
I don't know what that's called.
Yeah.
What was the question?
A horse. What's a horse helmet called?
They probably
I don't call them helmets.
name them
That'd
that
be weird.
in. Don't you get to put on helmets in Witcher? So they probably have it's this thing, but I don't know.
I think it's just a component of the barding. Anyway,
Let's go with horse helmet.
carrying on.
Look at that armor. The shoulder armor is just so dope.
The whole thing is just extremely dope.
Dope is the technical term now.
Yes.
Is that where we've got to?
Exactly.
AF.
Hey, I'm on the desk, so we use dope.
I know, I was just too.
Exactly.
AF.
Hey, I'm on the desk, so we use dope.
I know, I was just thinking that. Like, Isaiah joins, and now everyone's saying, yes, this is very dope. This is dope.
It's the dopest.
I feel like this is commonly used terminology.
Right. Yeah.
The skin is pretty dope, though. I really like the combination of the existing samurai elements into this much darker demonic armor. That even without the glowing red elements, it's a much darker, blacker metal than with those accents of red. It turned out really nice.
I do like the swirls around.
Oh, I
the
really
fist
like
ability.
the pattern inside of that targeter right there.
Very occult, arcane.
Oh no! Check out the flag.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
I've got my eye on you.
Literally. In the case of Odin.
I had nothing to do with that.
I thought it would be a skull if it was you.
See, that's
I'm
what I think
moving
happened.
skulls.
Is they're like,
No,
Chuck,
no,
all right,
I
no more
like-
skulls. It's like, fine, I
Right.
promise. No skulls.
Demonic eyes are equivalent to skulls in their awesomeness.
Okay. On the same level. And there's the amazing horse. It's got to be slow mode, Pom. It's got to be slow mode.
It is a pretty impressive steed.
By the way, if you put these commands into your game client, you too can slow down your game to be just like this.
No, you can't.
Maybe if you get a date with Brett.
Chuck's an artist and
Right.
not a GM, so he doesn't know that you can do this in your games with the same commands.
If you're a GM, bro,
Are you a GM, Hindu?
No.
Yeah.
They would never trust me. They would never trust me with,
With
that
good
amount of
reason.
power. Mhm.
Look at your misinformation campaign already.
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't deserve responsibility.
No,
It's
that's
a
right.
very bad
That's
idea.
it's true that does put a power cap on you.
Man,
Horse.
yeah.
Looks amazing. And it comes with a voice pack too, so we should have a nice little listening to that.
So this
Pretty
sounds
boss
very
woohoo.
similar to the Dark Knight Odin, which is one of my favorite voice packs.
Yeah.
I love that voice, so I'm like totally cool with it being similar. It's amazing.
Maleficent of you. Most evil. I am their doom. You will drown in your own blood.
Oh, that is
Harsh.
That is some deep
That
taunting.
heart of yours. I think I'll relieve you of it. Demons do not have hearts, apart from those we eat. Watching what you call putting up a fight is enough suffering for us all.
That is some laugh right there.
Right? I really love the layered effects on top of the voice acting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Excellent combination.
The Dark Knight Odin has the same thing, and it's so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He's a scary dude.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to fight him.
So that's
Anybody that talks about blood drowning is a scary.
yeah. We need more blood in the game. I don't think was the last blood skin we had was like Chuck, right?
I think,
I think
that may
that's
be
the
the
only one
only.
we have.
Yeah, I
Blood
think
Slaughterhouse
so.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Can we get some more blood soon? I like blood.
Maybe on the skull chain.
Like, just make it like alien blood if we have to. Just keep it,
Green
the way-
ichor.
Yeah, green ichor.
Oh,
That'd
you
be
know
fun.
it doesn't feel the same. I mean, on Kamazot's, right? He drinks out of purple ichor pools, right?
Yeah. Just change it to red then. Still call them like ichor pools, and you'd be
Yeah,
fine.
just change the color. It'll be all good.
I mean, if we have a skin of Kamazot's where Kamazot's is canon as drinking this purple ichor, and this one happens to be red, it's not technically blood because he's always been doing it that way.
Let's move on then to the next game, which is
You'll run
Snow Day Scylla. Yes, those pretty huskies.
Oh my goodness, let's
And the
brighten things up.
lovely, sweet little girl that is Scylla
No
now has a
ichor
new
here.
skin. No ichor here at all.
No.
Just fun little snowballs being thrown around between the huskies.
Happy.
They look like they're
childlike,
having an
fluffy
amazing
murder
time.
times.
Until she ults your entire.
Does she actually
Yes,
have
exactly.
like? Does she, I really wish it like when she ults. I don't know if it does, but it'd be amazing if she did. Where she's all sweet and innocent, then she ults and she just becomes absolutely evil, and the dogs go mental,
Ooh.
like the savage dogs.
She's pretty adorable.
How cute and fluffy.
I will say we were talking about Agni
outfit
skins, and we've
is.
got an Agni skin coming up, but Scylla skins have always been really solid, like all the way back from what was it, the first Cog skin we ever released.
Yeah,
onwards?
because all the skins are solid. Hindu.
That's
okay, Chuck.
This is a weird detail, but the pattern on the upper part of her dress, down in the back there, that's really well done. I know exactly what material that is. Like that's a coat that I've seen someone wear. That's really well done.
So there's a nice little dress. Let's go through some of the abilities. How about a bit of Sicken? Well, first of all, is she throwing snowballs?
It's a little. Yeah,
Looks like
it's
snow.
What would a
magical
snow day be
snowballs.
without snowballs?
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, I love the crackling ice noise.
That's
I like
Ooh,
the
I
snowflake
really like
pattern in the
the
middle, too.
snowflake how it forms as the crush is going.
But not every snowflake's
So
the same.
satisfying.
That's right.
Those snowflakes are the same. They break reality.
There could be some random element. you
So
don't know.
here's what I'm gonna say: there's at least a translucency effect being applied over the ground. So technically, unless you're hitting the exact same spot, which is very difficult to do, each snowflake is unique.
And the Ymir monster, as per usual. Giant icicles.
Man,
Do it close up so you can see the patterns.
Odin needs
Nice.
a nerf. He just got hit by a level 20 Scylla, not even the damage.
It's just the way
So
Odin
strong.
is. It's
Tank
Odin,
meta, guys. Oh my god.
Well, at
We
least
gotta
we
do
have
something
those
about this.
magical defense items, right? That helps out.
All right, let's hear the voice pack.
Let's hear the voice pack. Chuck called for it.
I am the best. La 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 la. I am the best. La 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 la. I am the best.
Okay.
La la la
Thanks,
la
Mom.
la la. Yay! Yay!
I hate this.
You are so good. You are so good. Amazing. I am the best. La 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 la
Pun,
la.
Pun, can you do you rock cancel that? Because I think that's going to be a terrible
You are
comment.
so good. Cancel that.
Yep. There we go.
Puppers love playing with new friends.
She really
Are you
did a
cold?
good job on that voice
Doesn't
pack.
bother me. It's not dessert for dinner if you only ever eat ice cream. Oh, don't you worry. I throw a very cool party.
That's all of them. Okay, sorry, I'm miles away today. I'm like, I was just waiting for more lines to come out
I was
there.
like, yeah.
Overall, that's it for Scylla. We'll move on now to Ice Mage Agony. This is also a part of the Child's Play chest, which you'll get more info on in the future, but it's frosty version of Agony. And Agony has some amazing skins.
This skin is pretty cool.
Oh.
Hey, I had to get one, guys. I had to get one.
He does not look like someone I would let play with my child.
Get me out.
Look at that grin.
Which one? You see what I did there? Because there's two of them. That's why they pay me the big bucks, boys and girls. Whew. I'm on form today.
So he's an ice mage instead of a fire mage, right?
Does he just drop snowballs then?
It's not snowballs.
Oh, okay.
It's ice crystal based.
Oh, okay.
See the crystals?
Snowballs.
On his halo.
I'm going to call them snowballs, whether they look like snowballs
You
or not.
can. You can call them whatever you want.
Okay. I will. So, into a game we go. We see the basics first of all. They look very snowy, as per usual. And the passive, I wonder what the passive does. Is it like, does it look like flames on you still? Oh, it's like a little...
It's like a glacier.
Okay.
Yeah, we got like some frost breath around the hit area, and then like a whole wave, avalanche of
Frosty
snow.
coldness,
Oh, that's
yeah. And then
I like
you
the
got
damage.
your speedy glacier.
Nice.
Those look pretty sharp. Oh, icy.
Literally.
It's like you don't want to step on those.
Yeah, they're really like butt
Stalagmites.
level smites. Yeah. I really like the ice that slowly fades out afterwards.
And it comes with a voice pack too, so let's have a listen to that one.
Wee-hoo. 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 Not bad.
Separated.
What a spectacle. What's cooler than being cold? Ice cold.
All right.
Hypothermia is such a terrible thing. Nothing warms my heart more than to see you freeze. You're in for a ride. I'm twice as cold and double the brain freeze. I am sweet as sugar, hard as ice. Hurt me once, and I'll kill you twice.
That was a bizarrely sinister rhyme.
Yeah, it was.
Jack and Jill murdered you.
Right? He's got bars.
Okay, I've been told we're going back to the Geb skin, I believe, next. I'm not sure why. No one's told me why. Do we know? Oh, unfortunately we had
So you didn't
issues.
finish something.
Okay, so let's go back to the Geb skin for you guys that may have missed it earlier. We're due to some technical difficulties. You didn't miss much, or did you? Because there's a giant Geb on your screen.
Should we try to do the exact same dialogue? on
No.
Geb? No.
No. You're not missed Circuit, by the way, boys and girls at home. Circuit is the next one after this Gebson, so you've not missed anything else. Don't worry, I can see you typing away in
We
chat.
got you covered.
Rage mode activate, rage mode deactivate. You can get off Twitter. If you do have issues, though, always tweet them at MLC Stealth.
That's right. He is
deal
there
with the
to hear
ones
your
that
complaints.
That's the way it'll be.
And take you on dates.
As
his
many
job.
dates as you want.
It's literally his job.
Always available. This is the mossy looking Geb, and they are little fairies that Chuck was mentioning.
Oh yeah.
You will be
so-
changing the outfits
do you
of
see
these.
the part where you can't see me on the camera, but
Not
I'm
right
on
now.
my phone.
He is actively taking
in
notes.
G-chat.
What is it you don't like about it, Chuck? Just so everybody knows.
Just
It's the robes and their whiteness.
Is because they're too white, the robes?
Yeah, they just looks like tiny
awfully
cartoons
clean.
of Moses.
But I mean, if
gotta
for
deal with
druids.
this
But
one,
I mean, if they're not clean robes, then they're dirty druids, and you want them to be clean, right? Like, it shows that they're really invested in their, their work.
Or it shows that they only just got the job and they're not very experienced. They need a little wear and tear. It shows character. They've been around with this. They're not noobs.
I do actually like the characters in there, seeing all the extra rocks come up as
and
well.
the druidic swirls on all the effects.
Right. I like how they light up from the center and then kind of move outward.
Very cool little effect.
And it's also got a voice pack, and I guarantee you, I'm going to predict this because I'm just that good. It's probably going to be a Scottish mixed with a little bit of aunt, old school aunt. That's probably what it's going to like.
You are admirable. Exquisite. I feel reborn. I hope you leave without returning. Is this how you treat an elder? After all these years, I finally grew some moss on my chest.
That's like the most
You know
low-key
why
DM.
my
I
uncle
hope you leave
statues look so
without
mean?
returning. Yeah.
Because they have
This voice pack,
hearts,
actually, the more I listen to it, it sounds like an old Scottishman who owns a pub in the very north of Scotland and doesn't get many visitors. Is what it really feels like. There's a little look at the Geb skin. Chuck's too busy typing away, getting get rid of those white. They are too clean.
Hey, 3 people just got fired. You want to be a 4th Hindu?
Talk about something that does look clean. Kunoichi Circuit. Kunoichoi?
Kunoichi.
All right, kids, calm down anyway, boys and girls.
Learn the
Jeez.
Japanese,
All right,
bro.
all right, kids, then, what's the weapon? Palm was
You're
saying
talking
he's
about the
alarming.
Kusari Gama? Is that what you're asking for?
I don't know. Is that what it is?
It is. So you know how we have Shogun's Kusari?
Yeah.
Kusari means chain, and that's the chain that it's attached to. And then Kama is like what Izanami throws the sickle. So you put them together, it's Kusari Gama.
Okay, then, but what's the ribbon wrapped around it called?
It's a ribbon.
Ah. I thought there was going to be some sort of technical term that I was not aware of.
It's there to just look awesome.
Sure. I was hoping it was there for,
primary
like,
function.
special effects. I mean,
Keep
there's
on
people
throwing
who
me easy
reps.
balls, Hindu. I got this all
I'll
day.
keep trying. I'll keep trying one day. One day I'll get you.
You don't want to
Not now.
keep tormenting him. Because eventually he's going to go past his Hindu meter, and then he's just going
rage
to
out.
start shanking you.
That's. See, you seem to get it, Chuck. I will
After
just
that
stab
one
eventually.
time where it got really hot, and you just tore AJ to ribbons.
I did? I don't remember that. Not intentionally, anyway. Or
Anyway,
was it?
carrying on.
Yes.
Let's talk about Circuit.
Circuit
Got a
definitely.
sweet.
The outfit is
Oh, I love those. They remind me of like the old school Ninja Gaiden.
Right?
Yeah.
They are shurikens, correct?
Yes.
Look at me. Anime.
Anime.
I'm glad we got the head movement on.
Right?
I'm sorry. I'm so excited about anime. I know my anime too. And the ambush as well. Oh, what's
Check out the
what's
sweet
the detonation?
pattern.
I always see
Yeah,
the detonation.
You gotta watch it.
Now you see me.
Oh,
That was.
This will be your end.
What is that symbol?
Your story ends now.
I can't see it. It's a skull with the ninja mask.
Ooh, yeah, I see.
Cool.
It looked like a dead Power Ranger at first from my angle.
Yeah.
That's what I
So
saw.
I was seeing like World War II bomber pilot or something, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I get that one.
But it looks very metal.
Pon's actually going to spawn some minions, kill them all now, so it spreads,
Get
as
wrecked,
always. He
minions.
loves doing this with his skins, I swear. He just likes doing silly little interactions to show people stuff.
Well, since he stopped being pro, it's the only way he gets kills.
Wow, you guys have
Oh
got
my
so mean
goodness.
these days.
Gosh.
Friend
Okay.
or foe.
Was that your phone?
That was Chuck's.
Was that people like saying, please don't fire me? Is that what just happened?
Yeah, they're actively.
It's my home security company, actually.
He's been broken into because
So if Chuck's tense for the rest of this broadcast, we all know
He
why.
ain't home. He's on patch notes.
rob him quick. Okay, let's have a listen to the voice pack for this skin.
Subarashi. Subarashi. Your blade cuts true. A blow well struck. I stand alone. I attended the Koga School of Ninjaneering.
Ninjaneering.
If a ninja kills their target in the woods, and no one's there, does it make a sound? At least I will make it. It makes a corpse. It was your poor fortune to cross my path. I stand alone.
Definitely an evil ninja feel to her.
Yeah.
For sure. Not a nice ninja, you know.
Do we have? Are we made it up to a whole ninja team? No, because it's mostly assassins. You can really have a ninja.
Unless you want to run an all-assassin team.
No, you could use Kuzenbo.
Sure, that's right. That's Guardian.
Yeah, we got Serket or Nemesis.
Or both.
We got.
Shinoblanque.
Yep, Shinoblanque.
For Hunter.
What about Warrior? Do we have a Warrior?
We have Daim Yoden, but that's more samurai and less ninja.
It's true.
Well, while they're saying that, we should be able to move on to the circuit mastery.
We should be able to talk about things that people
just
care
muse to
about.
themselves for the rest of the show. We're going to move on.
Instead of making lists.
Save that for your downtime.
Yeah, that's fair.
And when your house isn't being broken into. The circuit skin on your screen there, you can see the card art. And now Chuck's going to check his phone because he just remembered that. I was like, actually, it's a good point. Why am I so convinced about this? I should be checking out about my house. Let's go in game and have a little look at these skins. Obviously, we try and update the masteries whenever possible. Everyone has been raging just lately that we've not been doing enough of these, but they have started to come back once more when they are ready.
We try to get them in, especially when we're touching new gods, so that the patch isn't any larger, especially for our console players, and it just makes things neatly handled in the same package.
I like her hairstyle on this one. I don't know why, just the hairstyle stood out to me.
From behind, it looks kind of like she's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah. We did a lot of references today, I'll tell you that much, towards other things. We don't normally do that, but hey, I'm down for it. The legendary version, as always, my favorite.
I always love the legendary versions. Black and
Think
gold.
you're the same as me? Black and gold?
Black and gold, it's like you can't beat it.
You can't go wrong. There's somewhere the blue and gold beats it now and again, but it's not too often. And the diamond's always like, okay, they work. I'm okay with it. They're not my favorite.
The diamonds, really, you just switch to it in the lobby to prove that you have it.
It's like, yeah, I'm good with this god.
Some of the diamonds
that's nice.
Are remarkably fitting to the god.
Yeah, it just depends on the god as well, with which one it fits to as well.
But the black and gold is still, you just can't, it's still the best.
So, all these skins will be available in the next patch. Fishman, you're the only one on here that may have an understanding of when PTS could be.
It will be as soon as we can get it up.
Of course, you were going to say that.
Chris, and what's the handle that we have specifically for when the patches are going out?
Oh, we do?
I think so. I think there's like a production.
His name
platform
is Hi-Rez MLC Stealth. Follow him.
Just tweet at
Ask
Stealth.
him all the questions. He'll also take you on
He'll
a date.
take care of you.
See?
Yep. Tweet at Stealth. He'll let
I was
you know
hoping he does a
PTS
good
up.
one, Hindu.
Also,
just
if you guys can tweet at Clumsy, it is his birthday today.
Yes, it is his birthday.
Really?
Happy birthday, Clumsy.
Happy birthday, Clumsy. Okay, before we go, final thoughts. What's your best thing in the patch, Isaiah?
Definitely the Gev skin. I really, really like the druidic swirls, as we say them.
And the
Druidic swirls.
What about you, Chuck? Something to do with skulls?
It's hard between the Hachiman and the Serket. But I really like the Evil Hachiman.
Evil Hachiman?
With the eye flag.
The banner.
I like the Serket a lot, but I'm also excited to see how the mage balance plays out. I think that's some really cool stuff.
Yeah, well, the balance change is going through. Make sure you check the PTS for when it's going to be available. Fenrir got buffed. How much of a buff? You guys decide. We'll see you all next time.
I'm going to find out personally.
On the Patch Note Show.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.